Greetings, YouTube. Happy Saturday. It is one of those days where you think it's been a couple of days since we saw a quote unquote deal in Marvel Contest of Champions, so we're probably due. And what do you know? We are indeed due for another offer. In this case, it is all about Tier 2 Alphas today, which is something that, well, it's still very much a hot commodity in Marvel Contest of Champions. Now, here's the deal, YouTube. You know, if you watch my channel, I talk about the big difference between retail price and good deals. Now, retail price is something you'd expect to get at like a retail store. Then, of course, you have terrible values, which would be considered like trying to buy a beer at a professional sporting event. And then you've got amazing deals, which, you know, are as they sound. So $20 for any kind of Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments. This should get you in the past between 12,000 and 16,000. Normally, the game likes to still put Tier 2 Alpha Catalysts at $50, even though I think in the current 2019 MCOC era that we're in, it would really be nice if they could be valued at $25 a piece, because then you could get 4 for an Odin, which is still a crazy amount of money, but at least then you could say it would cost an Odin worth of cash to take, say, your 5-star to rank 4. In this case, we are slowly but surely moving that direction, because we are seeing half the price of a Tier 2 Alpha for $20, which is a plus from what we've seen in the past. This by itself is a B- to maybe even B deal, given what we used to see. Keep in mind, if we ever saw a deal for $20 for Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments, it was normally like half this. I mean, Kabam has been very stingy with these deals. I would really endorse this deal if instead of the Tier 4 Class Catalyst fragment crystals, they gave you a Tier 4 Class Catalyst crystal. Yes, it's the 1 out of 6 class-based RNG that is often rigged against what you need, but at the same time, it'd still be a Tier 4 Class Catalyst. The fragment crystals aren't going to do much. Besides that, you do have 50,000 gold, which is not great, but at the same time, it's kind of just a bonus, the fortune cookie that they bring with the Chinese food check, if you will. And then I also think if I could upgrade this deal, I would have 5 Tier 1 Alphas, because that is how many you need to take a 5-star upper rank, as I always say in my videos. However, you do see the lesser word by the Alpha Catalyst bundle, which tells us, before we go into our in-game inbox, that there are different levels or different tiers to this bundle. And the truth is, of course, that that's the case, because the Advanced Alpha Catalyst bundle for Tony Stark's briefcase, which is $30 or $29.99 American now if you live in Canada or India, even Australia, right? You're going to be paying more of a conversion rate, unfortunately. But you could get 27,000 Tier 2 Alpha, so now this is slightly better than a fully formed 3 Tier 1 Alpha Catalysts, so you do form the 5 that I was hoping should have been in the first deal. 30 Tier 4 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystals, which at this point, you really need Tier 4 Class Catalysts, not Fragment Crystals. If you're spending $50, come on, Kabam, you can fork over at least a couple of those instead of just the Fragment Crystals. And the 100,000 gold for $50 is really cheap. At this point for gold, we're hoping it's closer to 500,000, not 100,000. Now, here's the deal, YouTube. When you see the lesser and in the advanced, it's usually setting up for a final offer that in total equals the price of an Odin or $99.99 American, and that is, of course, the same price as the All-Father Odins. And when you're missing this, you know that the Black Panther's treasure is the $49.99 that's left to get to that price point. And indeed, today's offer is no different than many we've seen to combine for that price tag. 1 Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst, okay, that's not great, but basically it gives you almost, and I mean almost, what we were hoping for at the beginning of this video, where it would give you 2 Tier 2 Alphas for $50 or $25 a piece. We're not there, but we're close. Also, they wait until the last deal to give you the 2 Tier 4 class catalysts that I was hoping for in the previous 2 tiers of this bundle. Also, an additional 5 Tier 1 alphas, so that does give you 10 total Tier 1 alphas. 200,000 gold, still highly underwhelming, and there are quite a few players out there who tell me they do not have time to do any grind in the arena. It's like the worst thing about this game to them, and so gold actually is relevant in these bundles. And in this case, $100 for 300,000 gold, or I guess I should technically say 350,000 gold, is not great at all. In fact, if it was 500,000, it would not be great. If you're spending $100, it should be about 1,000,000 gold, and yet we do not see that at all in this case. So, the first tier I think is like a B minus to even like a low B, just above a B minus, like an 83%. The second tier I'd actually give worse because it doesn't build that much for the $30 price tag. Yes, you get a few more Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments, but since you're being asked to spend more than twice the original offer, because you're going from 20 to 50, you're really going to want to have a better value than just, 9,000 bonus Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments. If we saw just the Greater Alpha Catalyst bundle as its own separate bundle without the 2 previous bundles you have to get through to unlock it, I would give this at least a B+, but because you have to spend $50 to see it, I'm going to give this a B- as well. Make no mistake about it. If you need Tier 2 Alphas and you are so very close to taking that 5-star up to rank 4 or maybe even rank 5, or if you're that close to taking a 6-star up to rank 2, I get the value of this bundle. And if it's one of those game-breaking champions, say it's like a Corvus or a Ghost or a Domino, for example, this is going to really help you. And I totally get why people would do this. It's better than average, but it's not amazing. It falls in the B grade territory, somewhere between a B- and a B for all 3 tiers. I would give the last tier at least a B+ if it was by itself, but because you have to spend $50 to unlock it, I'm docking that grade down to about a B-. Still a fair offer, but not an exceptional offer on this Saturday. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a great one. And as always, thank you for supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel. Have a great weekend.